Time to wake up. This is the view of downtown Funchal, the capital of Madeira. While it's nice to laze around and admire the view and soak in the infinity pool, today I'm going to show you what you can do with one day in Funchal.
We can see the cable car going up and down. Our plan is to go to the bottom of the hill, find the cable car entrance and make our way up to the top and find the Japanese gardens. It's harder than it looks making our way down the hill, going through a labyrinth of passages, just trying to find our way down. Take a turn where we can, that goes down, so here we go. There's a few dogs that are barking at us on the way. Looks like we find our way onto a main road coming up, so hopefully it should be a bit easy to navigate ourselves down to the bottom. Tell you what though, I do not want to be walking back up this hill on the way back. No chance. I'm going to have to find a different way back. We must be heading the right way because we can see the cable cars going up and down right next to us. If you've got a sweet tooth like myself, this is definitely a drink for you to try. It's quite easy to find the cable car entrance on foot just by following the line down, but before we go on it, we'll have a quick explore around the town centre. So one of the fun things to do when you come to Funchal is to go to the farmers market. So we've come across another mosaic attached to the edge of the farmers market. It looks like we have a main courtyard in front of us, and then all the stalls are either upstairs around it or downstairs around. Check it out. So the main courtyard, people milling about, just going about the day. Upstairs you can see a few clothes stores, a few spices up there, and then down here we have the fruit and the vegetables. Let's explore. I'm in an off license. There's lots of alcohol around me, but if you look behind me on the ceiling is made full of alcohol, wine bottles. Brilliant.
You have a amazing show. Absolutely amazing show.
I've just walked through into this room here, and the smells just hit my nostrils straight away. And is it any wonder? Look where we are. Welcome to the fish market. This gentleman is hard at work.
The fish market in Funchal is located in the centre of town. It has a rich history dating back to the early 1940s. Originally a modest establishment, it has grown into one of the island's most iconic landmarks. The catch of the day includes a wide variety of locally caught fish, such as the black scabbard fish, tuna and swordfish. Visitors and locals alike can experience the lively ambience of the market. They can watch the fishermen unload their catch. They can even sample some of the seafood dishes that are prepared on site. However, be prepared to pay a premium.
Who fancies a catch of the day? I'm not sure I do. So I've made a purchase, some fruit juice, got some papaya and pineapple. Not bad. So serious investment is taking place here today. Forget your stocks and shares.
We invested in a banana tree.
Forget your crypto.
Yeah, £5, €5.
We have a banana tree.
£4.50. Yeah, in like 30 years we will have our own bananas.
I say in 30 days it will be destroyed in the UK.
Well, I will keep it at home by the way. Now I need to buy the plant pot.
We will update in 30 days to see how this investment goes.
And that was our morning spent in the farmers market.
We are outside a chocolate place called Yao Cacao, if that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. They'll have apparently lots of fancy chocolates, so let's have a look and see what we have.
Which one would you choose?
We have red berries here, Madeira wine, Funchal, some truffle, and some
honey
cake. Yeah, very interesting.
You like your fancy chocolate, eh? Cadbury's just won't do for you. So there is the chocolate shop. I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it Yo Cacao? Some nice fancy chocolates inside. Definitely worth checking out if you're ever in Madeira. So as you know, Cristiano Ronaldo is the most famous export from Madeira. So we have heard that there is a CR7 museum, so we are heading over there now to see what it's all about.
You can see the CR7 museum straight ahead, surrounded by a cruise ship. Here is the harbour, also full of cruise ships, and then you can see the sprawl of buildings. That is Funchal.
I've got mixed feelings about going to this CR7 museum. I don't know, is it going to be a massive ego trip, or is there going to be some worthwhile things in there to see? We'll soon find out. Right, so we are outside the museum. Unfortunately, Cristiano, we are not going in today because it is minimum 15 euros to use the card machine, and tickets are only 5 euros each. So
Two of us, it's 10
yeah,
euros.
so I'm sorry, Cristiano, you're rich enough already. I'm not going to give you another 5 euros. No, maybe next time, eh?
There's a statue of Ronaldo outside the museum that you can see for free, but be prepared to wait, as there can be a big queue to get your photo taken next to it. You can see which areas of the statue have been touched the most. The statue has a stance down to a T, but I'm not too sure about the face. The centre of Funchal is relatively flat and walkable compared to the steep roads that lead off to various neighbourhoods. There are green open spaces to take in the fresh air, and cobblestone pathways lined with mosaic patterns lead you past charming pastel coloured buildings. Locals and tourists alike stroll past you as they go about their day, and you'll notice numerous quaint cafes with outdoor seating where you can sip on cappuccinos and watch the world go by.
How about that for coffee, eh? What do you think of that?
Beautiful, amazing. I'm impressed.
Walking down another street, you'll probably catch the scent of fresh bread, which lures you into the local bakery where you can fill up on local treats like pastel de nata. Continuing our stroll through the old town, we caught a glimpse of the historical landmark, Cathedral of Our Lady of the Assumption, built in 1514. Walking down one of the narrow alleys, we noticed a series of doors that were all painted in various artistic patterns, which was pretty cool. And looking up, we noticed the cable cars passing by overhead. This reminded us that it was time to take the cable car ourselves to explore the hills of Funchal. That's where we want to be. Really looking forward to this.
We made it onto the cable car. What are your thoughts?
Wow.
Are you excited? Are you scared?
No, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice. Ooh, we closed. We in the bubble.
And we're off. Whoa, it's fast.
Holy shit. Please don't swing, don't swing. I don't like when it swings. Wowza. Wow.
Tremendous view, but it's a bit nerve-wracking, not for the faint-hearted.
There's the sea straight ahead of us.
Ah, and look at this outside. What a view. What a view. Can you see where we're staying?
Not a clue.
It's one of these houses, let me say. Just get a little bit nervous when it judders, but I'm sure it's just a little teething problem. We'll carry on as normal.
Hello, this is your captain speaking. You know, I expect a little bit of the turbulence today.
There's some talented artists here in Funchal, as you can see, with the mural of the whale, and some talented architects with the roads and the tunnels cutting through the mountains. Madeira, put simply, is an engineering masterpiece. If you want a view like this, the cable car costs 12.5 euros one way or 18 euros for a return journey. Children between the ages of 7 to 14 years, the price is about roughly half of that, and I believe that the cable car is free for children that are 6 years and under. This steep journey is about 3.2 kilometers long, and it climbs up a height of about 560 meters. The journey up to the top takes about 15 minutes in total.
So how are we finding this cable car?
Absolutely
Are you
amazing.
scared?
No, not at all.
Would you do it again?
Yeah.
And you can see Funchal in all its glory down below. And the blot on the scenery, the cruise ship. We seem to be slowing down. So yeah, as we are heading up still, it's a long journey, but I would rather take a cable car than drive up the steep hills, or even worse, walk up them. And as you can see, we are fast approaching the cable car station. What an experience! As there's a little bit of turbulence approaching the station. One thing I've noticed is, I know we're a lot higher up and you can definitely feel it in terms of temperature, it's a lot cooler. One of the main things that you can do here in Funchal is what you call a toboggan ride, where you go into a basket and you are pushed down the hill by two gentlemen.
The toboggan is a unique experience, allowing visitors to enjoy a thrilling descent down the winding streets of Mont, which is a suburb of Funchal. The toboggan dates back to the early 19th century, when it was used to transport goods and people down to Funchal. Over time, as the roads were developed and modernised, the toboggans became more of a tourist attraction. Riders board the traditional wicker sled, which is operated by two drivers, and the drivers are dressed in white uniforms and straw hats. Drivers skillfully guide the toboggan along the steep and narrow streets of Funchal, using their expertise and their rubber-soled boots to control the speed and navigate the twists and turns. The sleds are equipped with runners which are made of wood and padded seats for comfort. The 2-kilometre journey down to Livramento from Mont takes about 10 minutes, and it reaches speeds of up to 48 kilometres an hour. Though it did look like a lot of fun, the toboggan came across as a bit of a tourist trap for me. At the top of the hill there were very long queues, and looking at the prices, it was €25 for one person in the sled, or €30 for two people in the sled. So by all means, experience a toboggan if you want. It looks like you'll have a lot of fun, but at the same time, you can still have a lot of fun watching others make the steep descent.
So this is the next stop on the adventure. We're going to the Japanese garden, Monte Palace, Madeira. So we have entered the garden, and as you can see, we are greeted straight away with more mosaics.
For your information, if you are planning a trip to Funchal, the toboggans and the entrance to Monte Palace, the Japanese gardens, are very close to each other, so you can kill 3 birds with one stone with the toboggan, the gardens and the cable car, which is an attraction in itself. The cable car stops at the top, right next to the entrance to the gardens.
Just having a stroll through the Japanese gardens, and what do we think?
Beautiful place.
What's the best thing you've seen so far, or what are you looking forward to seeing?
I feel monstera fruit. I would like to see nice photo opportunity, like something Japanese theme orientated. I'm really into plants, so for me it's like, heaven on earth.
Let's see what we can find. There seems to be a bird building in front of us that's got the mesh around it, so to protect the birds from escaping, but looks like the birds have already escaped. They're just there, just minding their own business. And some peacocks. Look at the plumage on them peacocks. It's beautiful. Walk yesterday, we came across a lot of levadas. We are in Monte Palace right now, and there's another levada once again. So there you can see the water gushing down, and here I believe it flows down into a waterfall, which we will see in a moment. What are your thoughts on the Japanese gardens?
Nice, really nice. There's everything here. You have the Japanese bit, you have some Greek bit, I think I've seen some Egyptian. So yeah, it's a mix of everything here.
So to come to the Japanese gardens, you can take the cable car, or you can walk up a long way up the hill, or you can drive. There's a car park nearby, and then it is €12.50 per person to get in. Behind my back now you can see all the mosaics, lovely flowers, and then you can see the water supply which is flowing down through the path and then into another levada like the ones that we saw on our walk. They flow all the way in front of Ella, and then you can see that they are flowing down a hill. You have the viewing platform, and then you can see the water flows down the waterfall and into the pond. And there's beautiful views all around us. You can see the Asian influence.
And surrounding the pond, you can see lush greenery and vibrant plant life. It's meticulously arranged, It looks like it's creating a picture-perfect landscape straight out of a painting. The benches down below are the perfect place to sit by the pond, admire the beauty of nature around you, watch the swans glide through the water, and see the world go by. The soothing sound of the waterfall in the background adds to the peaceful ambience, and it creates a sense of harmony and tranquility.
So we can see the swans hanging out with the little statue in the middle, and as we pan to the right we can see there's a feeding station for the ducks and also a little house for them to live in as well. As you can see here by the road, we have reached the outer boundary of the park. You can see the houses behind, and then Funchal in the distance down below.
One of my favourite places in the garden was this bench on the edge of the park, which had fantastic panoramic views of Funchal and the Atlantic Ocean down below.
So even though we are in Funchal, we can see there is the traditional Santana house without the crowds as well, so we're going to explore a little further. Madeira, the place that keeps giving. If you ever wonder how pineapples are grown, look no further. Right in front of the Santana house as well. So if you live in this Santana house here in Funchal, just imagine you can grow your own stuff. So what we have here, you can grow your own bananas. There's aloe vera here, sugar cane behind, and then down into the soil, grow your own pineapples. And then when all's said and done, you take a walk outside your front door, go down the steps, and you have a tree that will provide you with shade, a bench with a tremendous view of the setting sun in the distance, and glorious Funchal down below with a sea view.
One of the highlights of the garden is the traditional Japanese pagoda, a symbol of harmony and balance. Its intricate design and serene surroundings make it a perfect spot for meditation and reflection, or taking selfies. Plants surround the pagoda pond, and inside the pond you will find the graceful koi fish. Watching them glide through the clear water adds to the sense of serenity and harmony. As we headed towards the park exit, we were pleasantly surprised to see that the park had flamingos, so we stopped for a short time. The park closes promptly at 6 PM, and be warned, the workers don't wait for anybody, and to be fair, why should they? We arrived at the exit 5 minutes after closing time, and we had to climb over a wall to get out of the park. That ends a day spent in Funchal, a place I'd highly recommend to visit. This is also the last in the series of Madeira videos. The next video will be in a new country. Hope you enjoyed the series. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and share the video with your friends, family, pets and enemies.